Hello, people of the internet. There is no one here. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you guys are having a lovely, lovely day. I am going to copy my link so I can get my alerts sent out while my model does silly things because numbers are my hotkeys because I don't think.
Well, let's hope the PNG tubers work this time.
They do. I fixed them.
Oh, okay, because last time I saw they weren't working. I just didn't know how to say it.
Let's return to the world of Kjott.
One day I'll figure out how to pronounce it.
I don't know how to read. So you know National Novel Writing Month, November? NaNoWriMo has like a really pro AI stance because they're being sponsored by an AI company. So I'm just doing No Write November, where I just forget how to read.
Oh wow, the delay on the...
Yeah, don't listen to the stream. It will make you dizzy.
Yeah, no, I have the stream muted right now. It's just like the PNG tubers are very late, so...
Yeah, they will be.
It was a little jarring there for a second.
It will be. Okay. Hello, 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 Echo Arrow 404. You do not need to use the chat function.
20.
But what if I want to for fun?
I mean, you're welcome to. You just don't need to.
Look, I want to say hello to everyone who hasn't joined yet.
Say hello to all
When
the people who
join,
you are
chat and see hello.
You are a criminal, and I'm going to bite you.
What did you say?
Hopefully this stream does not get muted. I'm really worried about it being muted, but theoretically it should not be copyright claimed. I should have full rights to this music because I credited them in the stream title, but I'm going to credit them out loud. Music is provided for today's stream by Bardify, who does their streaming through Epidemic Sound. So thanks to them for providing high-quality audio. We're going to use that today, and if this VOD does not go up on YouTube, you know why. I either forgot or the audio doesn't work. It's 50-50, really. So I'm gonna give it like a few minutes for people to trickle in for the ad break to finish up. All that good stuff. And then we are going to dive back in. Very, very exciting.
been a while.
I don't know what those words were.
It's been a while.
It has. School has been kicking my butt. I have not been streaming nearly as much as I would like to. I am very sorry. I'm trying. I'm tired. And we have all been struggling with scheduling and such. But I am so excited to bring us back to the world of High Peak. Because we have a story to tell. So the ad break is finished up. We are good to go. So we're going to start the stream with a little recap. So actually, I'm going to start the stream by closing my personal Discord because I don't need to be browsing Discord right now. I'm actively streaming. Sorry, I'm really distracted. I'm trying to figure out what to look at. Everything's distracting. We're just going to look at the voice call. This is good. Okay. So, last time, in the world of High Peak, we met our two protagonists. We met Selnor and we met Jormungandr. And we learned a little bit about them. We learned Selnor is traveling from the far north, the world, or the country of Silverskane, looking for a weapon belonging to her family. And Jormungandr, he's retired now. He's settled down. He's working to heal the community of Krosevik that he lives in. And they stumbled into each other. It would have seemed like chance, except for the fact that when they met, there was a spark. Not in the romantic sense, not necessarily, but I mean, if they want it to be, it can be. But but they discovered a connection, something intrinsic, something that makes them feel right together. And they followed that feeling to meet each other, and then set off in a little skirmish into the woods to, clear out a little cave of rats. Very, very normal, very, very beginning adventure. They found something in the bottom of that cave.
Yeah, the rats I tried to befriend.
Yeah, you did try to befriend the rats. It worked pretty well. I would say it worked well.
Yeah.
You guys found something in the bottom of that cave, and I feel Jormungandr is probably very familiar, very intimately familiar with the item he found.
Intimately familiar, considering the fact that it is one and the same with him now.
Yeah. They found a scrap of leather, a stinky, dusty, cracky. It wasn't even supple anymore. It was like dirty and cracked and dry. It was nasty. And he just went to town. He just grabbed it, he chewed it right up. He went yum yum yum. And that was weird. So that was weird. So they made their way back to town, and they ran into a priest named Yono of the Order of Lore. Weird. And Yono could tell they had done something and led them into the order. And that is where we left the session. So, that is where we will start today. Yes, 30 seconds to drain your pasta.
Come across any inconsistencies.
Yeah, no.
As always, I'm in charge. If you see something wrong, no, you didn't. Shut up. I'm right, you're wrong, and I'm in charge. Here's the Fuji Tech link for you guys. You can pick which Fuji you are using. I also have new dice today. If Grub jumps in, my D20. He does have a divinity roll, a portent roll that he can choose to use. However, if he does not use it, it does carry over. Anyone who gifts a sub, or I think, let's say 300 bits, gets a portent roll, which I will roll in front of the board. That means you can change something that happens in the campaign. You can pick a roll that I make, or that that the players have made, and change it. It can be whatever your role is. You can aid the players in their quest, or choose to harm them. It is up to you.
No.
I would prefer if you didn't harm my players. I adore them. They're my close friends. However, I do adore drama, so I'm not going to stop you. So,
No, let's hope we can roll with the punches then.
also, I just painted my nails for the first time in like multiple years, and I'm really distracted. I look good. I look hot, but I'm really distracted. So if you hear me like tapping on stuff, that's why. It's because I have painted nails and I feel like I need to do ASMR with them. Also, I have decided to sort of change my stance a little bit. Twitch did recently change some of their policies, indicating that they believe that being transgender is a sensitive social issue that requires a special tag. However, I just live here. And so I've decided to follow the suit of Luna. I've put the tag "not a sensitive social issue" on my stream, because I'm just a guy. I'm straight up just here. I just live here. So
It's just a guy.
yeah, I'm just a guy. I just live here. I'm literally just here. I'm just having a good time.
Well, hopefully having a good time.
Yeah, I like hanging out with you guys. If we do have to end the session early, I might pivot to do some model art, but I'll probably stop the stream and restart it so that I can have 2 VODs. We'll see what happens. That's probably not gonna happen, because I do have shit I need to do tonight. Oop, I shouldn't be cursing on stream. Oh, I need to update the stream title also to make sure that it is clear. This game is 16+. There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm changing colors. Okay, there we go.
Changing colors.
I am. I'm very talented. Alright. Echo, I have you turn. Have you strained your pastas?
Oh dear.
Oh, they drowned in the pasta water.
I thought they were being a little quiet.
Oh boy. I'm gonna send a message in the chat.
Just to
Oh,
make sure.
question mark?
Hello?
Hello, hello, hello.
Yep. There they
Uh,
are.
Let me know when you are ready to get started.
Alright, I am ready.
Alright, so now that we've done our housekeeping, we are going to once again leave the world of Earth and dive back into the world of Hype, where my players find themselves in a monastery of sorts, a monastery of the Order of Lore. You recall that they are dedicated to collecting and preserving stories and knowledge, something you were able to recall last time we played, which was a few seconds ago for you. And Yono, the priest, they've told you they can tell something's wrong. Something big has happened, something important. And they say,
Well,
oh, you claim you found a scrap of leather at the bottom of a well, and you ate it.
I do suppose that's what they did. Yes.
I did, in fact, eat it.
Interesting. You guys can sort of see. You guys are standing in the antechamber of the room. It's not especially brightly lit. The candles are all under lamps. They're oil lamps. They're all shaded. But other monks have begun to stop and stare. Yono grabs Jormungandr by the wrist, rather harshly. You wouldn't think it looking at him, but their hands are rough and calloused. They do a lot of work. And they quickly pull you aside. You are whisked through the hallways. It's not an especially big monastery, but it's large enough to host a number of handcrafts. You would know, Jormungandr, having lived here, that the soap from the monastery is top tier. It's never too astringent. It always is tastefully scented. You're sure they do other handcrafts here as well, although you're not as familiar, I would say. They don't have a lot of medical work in the institution. They have, like, medical texts, but they don't really practice medicine. So you may have come here before to, like, borrow books, but you wouldn't have really toured the facility. But now, as you are being whisked away, you are dragged into a back room. It's sort of a stuffy closet, almost. You can see... No, you're welcome to follow. If you want. You can just leave. You can just wander around. You're free to.
Well, I think I'd follow along just to
Alright.
see. Goodness knows that
I will say also, Selnor, as Yono pulls Jormungandr away from you, there's something in your chest that seems sort of place where the feeling that dragged you all the way down to Krosevik was sitting sort of next to your heart. It flares in anxiety. Something suddenly tight, squeezing. But as soon as you follow him, it's gone. The feeling returns to normal. And so you find yourself, three of you, stuffed in a closet, and Yono's not a small person. They're definitely, like, 3 meters tall at least. And they're pretty heavily, solidly built. Like 6 feet tall.
Oh, okay. Not as tall as me, though.
No one's as tall as you. You are a string bee.
How tall is Jormungandr again?
7 feet tall.
Oh dear.
I'm pretty sure Jormungandr has gigantism. Because even elves aren't that tall in the world of High Peak. I think it's just a Jormungandr thing. Yeah, it's a genetic condition. So, Yono sort of has you in this closet, and they're rifling it. It's less of a closet; it's almost more of a study. but it's very clearly like it was a closet and then was converted into a study. And Yono starts frantically rifling through the drawers, which is a quite impressive feat considering how many of you are in here. And they say, "Now, I need you to be very, very clear with me." And they pull something out of one of the drawers, and they look Jormungandr directly in the eyes. They sort of like yank on the collar of his tunic to pull him down to eye level. "You swear to me you are not messing around, that you are not lying to me. You are truthful in what you found."
Yeah, no, it definitely was weird in first, and I definitely ate it.
Okay. Make a dexterity
Goodness,
saving
that's
throw
why he
for
did
me,
stuff.
please.
Oh goodness.
And I'm gonna contest it with I think with Yono's athletics.
Ooh.
Okay, how badly did I screw this up?
I'm still wondering
That's
why in
not
the
a good-
world you even did that, frankly.
Okay. What did you roll? It's a d20 plus your dexterity modifier. 17. Yono got a natural 19. So,
Ooh.
Yono quickly grabs...
I rolled a 17. I don't have a dexterity modifier.
Neither do they. Neither do they. So, they quickly grab your hand, lay it palm up, and stab something into the palm of your hand. You take, that's not my d4. You take... Where's my d4? Oh, that is my d4. Okay, hang on. You take 1 point of damage, 1 point of piercing damage, as a small shard of... It almost looks like bone, but ancient, dirty. It's not something you, with your medical knowledge, know. You don't want that in your body. And...
Goodness, with the kind of medical knowledge you'd have, I'd wonder why you even put that leather in your mouth in the first place.
Selnar is judging hard. I love her. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Cool.
So...
You're still pretty shaken by all that.
Understandable. So, as...
You're shaken. I have been stabbed.
So as they stab your hand, blood sort of leaks out of the wound. A normal amount of blood for being stabbed in the hand, I would say. But it doesn't flow like blood does. It burbles up out of your skin, almost like it's boiling. And then the piece, the shard of bone, it almost looks like it could be wood. It sucks your blood in, it absorbs it, as though you were to drop a piece of cloth in water. And your hand isn't left dry. There's still a pretty significant amount of blood, but when Yono pulls the shard out of your hand, it is noticeably darker in color. Yono's eyes narrow. And they say...
Oh, he stole my blood.
They did not steal your blood. They're gonna make a quick wisdom check. I'm gonna give them proficiency. But we're gonna see what they know. They're actually gonna get advantage on this. Okay, let's see. Ooh, not good. Okay, hang on. Let's roll again.
No.
You gotta know this. You gotta know this, buddy. Okay. Okay, yeah. Alright. So, Yono looks at you and they say, "You have found a very powerful artifact. You..." And it pains me very much to say this. You have somehow absorbed a very powerful artifact. An ancient artifact. One from potentially before the world began. You... Why? the sort of air of like stoic mysticism falls from their face, and they just kind of look at you and they're like, "Why? Why would you?" And they look to Selnor for confirmation. They ate it?
Sonor just deadpan stares at them and nods. He did. And she gives him a side eye.
Yorminder, are you going to
I'm just
defend
gonna say-
yourself?
I'm just gonna say, it was an accident. I did not mean to, and I don't know why I ate it, and it didn't even really taste that good. Like,
Interesting.
it wasn't worth it.
Yono kind
It
of
didn't look like it tasted good.
rubs their chin. And they say, "Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Selnor, was your name, correct? Oh, congratulations
Yes.
on first Heidi Case, and thank you for adding an ice cube to your lemonade. We are in an
Hello.
tense moment here. Selnor, you look to be a magician, correct?
I suppose so.
Do you have any spells that could restrain your friend here?
Restrain?
Rude.
Yes, or just a bit of rope would work as well. You're good, Heidi. We haven't been live very long.
Give me a minute. I don't know what's in an explorer's pack.
Rope. There is rope in an explorer's pack.
She
You are also welcome to make an insight check if you want. To see what they are trying to do.
Okay, shoot, what's an insight check then?
It's wisdom.
I'm gonna make that insight check. I don't know what's happening, and I don't.
Yeah,
like
of
it.
course.
I mean,
of course.
yeah, after being told that, the person who is presumably going to be tied up, if they don't figure out what's going on here.
I got a 10.
You got a
My
10.
bad.
They don't seem hostile. They're just like it's like when someone is really invested in solving a problem and they kind of forget
That's a D20.
there's not. Yes, it's a D20. They forget that maybe there are things that they should be doing, or like when you get really into working on a project and you forget to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I feel that. I just rolled a nat 20.
Okay, holy shit. So you know that Yono is trying to test something. They have a theory that they want to test, and they also don't trust Yorminder to control himself.
Oh boy.
I'm just generally. So generally, what I'm getting from this is I have no idea what's going on, and I'm just vibing.
Yeah, you're just here. You're just hanging out.
Sonor
Just going with the flow.
cautiously.
Get cursed to eat old leather? No big deal.
Sonor cautiously takes out her pack and takes out the rope and hesitantly hands it over to Yuno. Right?
Okay, Yono is going to tie Yorminder up. Yorminder, make a dexterity or athletics check, your choice. Whichever is better for you.
Athletics is
Dude,
way
is
better.
Yuno jumping him?
I have what is it called?
I don't know what you're trying to
Advantage?
refer to. No, you do not have an
Proficiency.
advantage. If you have proficiency, pick the one you have proficiency in.
Proficiency. I have proficiency in athletics.
Go for it.
That is what I was trying to say. Oh my god.
What's proficiency do? Oh, right.
Well, I rolled horribly, but I have a +4, so it's a 10.
Okay, 10. I will say you do not think you could get out of these bindings.
Okay.
So,
That's probably a good thing.
Yono then grabs what looks like basically a cardigan and throws it over your shoulders so that you can't see that your hands are bound, and starts walking you out of the closet and down the hallway. They walk you up a flight of stairs and bring you into a library. Or it looks like a library at first, but I need both of you. I need both of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I just want to say quickly.
Another D20.
Yes.
I want to say to Selnor, Please make sure I'm not being kidnapped.
Unfortunately, I have just rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2. Okay. Yorminder, what did you roll?
2 plus 2, that's 4.
What are we rolling for?
Wisdom saving throw, please.
Yeah, I think I'm about to die. Oh no. Rolling that 20.
I'm not very wise.
What did you roll? You're a cleric. You're supposed to be wise. Isn't that your spellcasting stat? You rolled a 1?
I rolled a nat 1 and I have a +0.
You guys. Okay, so Selner, we're gonna start with you.
Oh boy.
Coming into this room, there's a magical potency here. The kind of magical potency that if you thought what you felt entering the cave earlier today was strong, it's overwhelming. It's like power seeping into your body from every sense, from every pore. Something pushing in at you like you've dove down too deep in a pond. The pressure is starting to pop your ears and press on your chest. You collapse to your knees. And Yono turns, and their hand slips from Yorminder's bindings. Selnor, you black out. And for a moment, just a moment, you see something. You see a weapon. A weapon with an ephemeral form, changing, shifting with the phases of the moon. You see a blade that severs itself and then finds itself whole over and over again. It gleams with a sort of silver light, and your body aches for the lack of it. You see it sitting in a room surrounded by other items. You can't make them out. It's like if your central vision had narrowed to a single point and the rest of your vision blurred with periphery. And then you suck in a breath and come to on the floor of the library. But Yorminder. Oh, Yorminder. You feel.
How screwed am I?
You feel what Selnor feels, but 1,000 times worse. You hear a voice. You hear a voice in your ear. Your whole body trembles. It's almost wordless, more of a cry, a barking sob, a scream tearing its way out of a mangled throat. You hear, "Help! Help me!" And then you feel empty. You feel the pressure of the power in this room crushing in on you from all sides. You feel your stomach almost collapsing in on itself. And you know you are ravenous. I want you to make a strength check with advantage for me, please.
Old guy seems like kind of nice, and I'd like to not punch him in the face, so I kind of hope I don't roll really high. You've got to be kidding me. I don't want to roll high.
What did you roll? What did you roll?
Oh shoot!
I got it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, so Yono has removed their hand from your back. +2.
22.
Okay, so Yono has removed their hand from your back and has turned to help Selnor up off the floor. And in this moment, overtaken by hunger, you rip free from your bindings. Your cardigan, your fantasy cardigan, slips from your shoulders, and you feel drool just pool in your mouth, and you rush towards the first bookshelf you see. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Am I gonna bite a book?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Do it.
Okay, I'm rolling.
Do it. I'm sorry I can't help you, but you also.
Yeah, you're busy having a seizure on the floor.
all over the place with rolls. 4.
4?
Oh, wait. Wisdom.
Yes, wisdom.
Wisdom active with +2.
Yeah, you're a cleric. You should. I told you.
I was wondering why you said you had a +0.
I have +0 for dexterity, and I was looking at the wrong one.
That's okay. It still wouldn't have changed your nat 1, so it's fine. So you get a 4. You grab a manuscript off the shelf, and it smells juicy, succulent.
I'm gonna bite a book.
You're going to bite a book. You take the cover in your hands, and from that nat 20, you fully rip the cover off of the pages, and you tear into it. You hork down the whole cover, and you notice then the pages they're made from some sort of leather, but the ink on them, it smells divine. It smells spiced. It smells better than breathing. And as you put your hand on it to rip a page from this book, the exposed wound on your palm comes in contact with the ink, and it just sucks into your body. It fully, just like the ink is whisked off the pages, and you feel it travel backwards up your veins and into your heart. At this point, you kind of come back to yourself. You don't feel awesome. I'm gonna be real with you. You do, Selnor, by the way, your strength is restored, back to your normal stats. Both of you get all your spell slots back. If you had any exhaustion, you do not have that in. And Yono has helped Selnor up off the ground and whirls around to face Jormungandr and goes, "What did you just do?"
I think I ate a book.
You didn't just eat a book. That was a hand-copied manuscript on you. That was written in archival artifact ink. The value you just destroyed. Yono is
Am I still
like
unconscious.
No, you're like dizzy, but Yono has helped you to stand up.
Well, I do suppose that isn't the strangest thing I've seen today.
Also, roll a flat intelligence check for me, Selnor.
Oh boy, not just a 20.
Yeah, just a d20.
11.
You
No modifiers, right?
You know for a fact the weapon you saw was your family's weapon.
So
Jormungandr.
Visual confirmation.
Yes. Jormungandr looks like garbage. He's like, there's drool running down his face. His hand is smeared with more of his own blood. And he's kind of like panting with the exertion of tearing, because it was a full leather like cover. It's like a thick illuminated manuscript. It's made on parchment. It's made on like leather. The pages are also a type of leather.
So yeah, that definitely.
Yeah, so it's a thick, heavy book. It's not like a little paperback.
My joints would be aching very badly.
Yeah. Yono is going to what are they gonna do?
Kick me out of the library?
Yono is fully frozen in shock at the moment, by the way. And both of you still feel...
I am too, to be clear.
Yeah, that's fair. Both of you do feel really dizzy being in this room. So Yono is going to quickly pick their cardigan up off the floor and, like, hands on both of you guys' backs, like, push you fully out of the room and take you back into their study and, slam the door behind them, lock it shut, and then grab something from their desk and stick it in there into the folds of their robe. They're going to say, "What in the name of the realms was that?
Well, I couldn't tell you.
I don't think I think you probably have a better idea than I do.
And that's probably what makes sense.
They're gonna make an insight check really quick. They're gonna make an insight check. I need to check. Is that intelligence or wisdom?
Insight is wisdom.
It's wisdom? Okay. They're gonna make an insight check on you two.
I'm just having a day, man.
They got a 6, so they
Well,
are.
This is just a day for you. I wonder what a bad day looks like for you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like today is just at this point we're just like, yeah, no.
Their jaw is on the floor, so to speak. And their eyes are kind of just like flicking between the two of you as you have this conversation. And they're like, who are you? Who are you real? Because I thought I knew at least you, Jormungandr. I've seen you before. You have excellent taste in perfumed soaps, but who? What are you?
Yeah, no, this is new for me.
Well,
I can't say I've ever thought leather tasted good.
I'd hope not.
They are too strong to speak. Selknor, make a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Oh dear.
Am I still tied up?
No, you broke free of your bindings to eat the book. You got hungry.
Oh yeah.
Advantage means I roll 2, right?
Yes, you rolled 2. Pick the higher.
Highest one was 9. The other one was 2.
All right, they are going to oppose that with their athletics. They got a 14. Does that beat your roll?
Like I said, I got a 9.
I didn't. I forgot as soon as you said it. They do the same thing to Jormungandr that they did to you. They grab your palm and stab the shard into your palm as well.
Oh.
And it looks a little different when they do it to you. And Jormungandr, when you see that shard make contact with the skin of Selnor's hand, I want you to make an intelligence saving throw. Difficulty is your armor class.
Intelligence and armor class?
Yeah, so roll an intelligence saving throw and tell me what your armor class is. If you don't know, I can just give you a difficulty. I want
You still there?
Yeah, are you still there?
Echo.
YOLO.
Can you roll an intelligence saving throw for me?
No. Wait. Am I rolling the
Yes, you are.
intelligence check?
Yes, an intelligence saving throw, specifically. Difficulty is 11, which is your armor class.
I may have thought that Oki was the one making the intelligence check.
It's you. Oki is busy getting stabbed. She's doing something else right now.
Stabbed in the hand. No.
Okay, so wait. So I'm rolling an intelligence saving check, or intelligence check, whatever.
Yes, intelligence saving throw.
And your armor class?
Against your own armor class, which is 11, I believe.
I rolled a 19 plus 1, so that's 20, and my armor class is 11.
Okay, so you feel something inside of you. When it sees that shard stab into Oki's hand, it feels jealous. You recognize it's not you. It's something that lives inside you, alongside you, as if you were to have a second set of nerves that slid under your skin right next to your own. A second set of veins doing the same, as if your bones were doubled up inside your body. And that second set of organs, that is what desire is. Now, Oki, as you get, Selnor, as you get stabbed, the blood doesn't bubble up like it did for Jormungandr. It does sort of ooze out. You've been stabbed. You do take 3 points of slashing damage.
I only got 1.
Well, it's a d4.
I'm a little more fragile than you, I suppose, being a sorcerer and whatnot.
Yeah, you have soft hands.
I'm at 9 hit points. I only have 12.
You're a squishy baby. There's a reason it's only a d4.
Thank goodness no more.
And though the blood does not ooze into the substance like it did for Jormungandr, you can see the way your blood marks its way up the grooves of the object, twisting along its surface. And seemingly satisfied, Yono pulls the shard from your hand and says, how did you two meet exactly?
Well, I would really like an explanation as to why the both of us have just been kidnapped and accosted, but...
Yes! Yes, you think you deserve an explanation after ruining a priceless artifact. Yes, of course.
Look, that wasn't me. That was him.
And you think I do not associate you with your compatriot when clearly the same accursed magic runs in your veins?
Goodness gracious.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I forgot how we met.
We kind of just... I was like... I came into town.
Yeah, you came into town and you felt drawn to Jormundra's house. And Jormungandr, you felt an instant, immediate connection, like a puzzle piece snapping into place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, how much of that do you tell Yono?
So I want to ask him, why does your little stick thing keep stealing my blood?
Oh boy.
This stick thing, as you call it, is an artifact, a relic of the same caliber as what you seem to be callously eating, just straight up munching on. And it can be used to detect a resonance with other artifacts. And I used it to verify that what you said was true. And clearly, there's something with the two of you. Something inside you. And their nose sort of wrinkles up in almost, it kind of looks like disgust. They look...
Wait, are we possessed?
They look equal parts angry and disgusted. Either of you are welcome to make an insight check if you feel so inclined.
Alright.
I'm just gonna let you make the insight check.
Oh, hey, I'm proficient in that. 11, 12, 13, 15.
It's a very wisdom-heavy campaign. 15?
Yeah, 15.
I will say, they believe you are not telling them everything.
Sonor narrows her eyes and just kind of half glares at them, nursing the wound on her hand. First, she goes into a cave to fight some monsters and gets absolutely mollywopped half of the time by goodness knows what. By the cave air, for goodness' sakes. Her companion eats a piece of rotten leather in front of her for no apparent reason, and now they've been half kidnapped and stabbed, so she's not particularly
not particularly receptive? I wonder why. Yono looks at both of you, and where there had previously been a sort of warmth and excitement, there is none. They look at you both with disdain, and they say, "Butchers are not welcome in this town."
Wait, what?
I want
I didn't
you.
catch that.
You can either make a history or religion check if you want to try and figure out what that means. Both of you can,
History.
or religion, whichever.
Oh, I have a. Can I
Ah,
get
well, those are
advantage
both
on the history?
happening.
Can I get advantage on the history because I live here?
I will say yes, but you're pushing it.
I got a 10.
You got a
Well, I
10.
rolled a 9 plus.
Is that religion or history?
Either one would be the same.
No, I just want you to know what. I just want to know what you rolled. Like, which one you want to pick.
Oh, okay.
Because that'll sort of change what information I give you.
I rolled history if it.
You rolled history. What did you roll? Yorman.
I guess I'll roll
I
religion.
got 11 plus 3.
You got a
so
14.
14.
You know that butcher is a historical term for clerics and paladins. Because clerics and paladins are viewed very negatively, especially in Grimsel, which is the kingdom you guys are currently in.
Well, that's
Wait, especially what?
Especially in Grimsel, the kingdom you are currently in. Thank you for adding an ice cube to your lemonade, Foxer, and cookie. Selnor, with your... Oh, thank you for the hydrate. We all need to do our sippy.
right, yeah.
Hydrate?
Yes. Drink.
Water.
I
I guess
I
you can
have
have your
hydrated.
pasta water.
yeah, drink your pasta water.
Okay, I dumped it in
Selnor.
the sink, okay?
With a 10
I'm kidding.
with a 10 religion, I will say, you know, butcher is a very charged term. And that, no worries. Thank you very much for dropping by, Foxer. Have a good one. You know that it is not, they're viewed as like opponents to the lunar sorcerer. Like, they are viewed as a direct negative impact on them. It would be like calling a Christian a witch, basically. So Yono.
Selnor.
Oh yes. What is Selnor?
Oh, sorry. Okay. Selnor kind of freezes up for a second and kind of glowers over at them again.
Alright.
And what?
You heard me. Now out. I do not want you in this place anymore. And they sort of shove you both roughly out of the door and slam the door of their study shut behind you, which would be probably more effective if it weren't for the fact that you guys are, like, just now in a hallway and you know they're, like, locked in a closet. But you kind of get the message, and a monk sort of scurries past in the hallway and looks at the two of you, one of whom is just, like, their hand is covered in blood, and the other one is also a little bloody, and sort of, like, looks at you weird, and then runs away. What do you do?
I'm gonna
Do
look over at
denizens
Selnor
of this
and say,
town always act in such a way, or is this
I'm gonna-
just
I'm
a
gonna-
new thing?
I'm gonna turn to Selnor and be like, well, that was kind of rude.
Do denizens of
that
this
just
town
happened.
always act in such a way, or is this just?
Eh,
This is
a
not
new
normal,
thing?
by the way. Yorminder, you have had to keep your status as a cleric kind of under wraps, because being a cleric is really, it's not good. It's not a good thing to be a cleric. But you do know that generally people aren't this hostile. Like, this is not
aren't
how this is not how you are normally treated.
yeah, no. This one is
And you've interacted with Yono briefly before. You've bought soap from him. Like, it's not like you're meeting a strange monk. You're meeting someone known regularly, like pretty much since you moved in. You bought quills and you've bought like linens for wound dressing. I will say, if you guys continue to discuss this in the hallway, I don't know that that's necessarily a good idea.
Well, Salnor for one is just kind of flabbergasted by the whole situation, and she just kind of continually asks, like, "Is this a normal thing?" To Yorminder, waiting for an answer right now.
I'm just gonna say, you want to go back to my house and eat food?
You're
I'm hungry after all that. I'm kind of hungry.
I will say you are. Eating the book does not it sated the gnawing edge, but you are like actually hungry.
Sono just kind of narrows her eyes, and just gives him a kind of just look of complete and utter disbelief for a second.
Like, really?
She just like gives him a kind of nasty ass side eye. It's just like
bombastic side eye.
Just a little bit.
That's probably well earned.
At this point, I'm not too sure whether I should. She says, the slightest edge of disdain in her voice.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So what do you guys choose to do?
But she kind of just looks down for a second and sighs. But I do suppose there's nothing else I can do. I don't know this town like you do, so.
Interesting. I will say, Selnar, as you consider leaving Yorminder, that tightness in your chest returns, and it's sort of like an intense feeling of anxiety.
Goodness knows.
Yeah.
But I do suppose I shall stay for now. She says, looking ever so slightly annoyed at the fact that she feels like she has to stay at that point.
Yeah. No, make an insight check against your own armor class, please.
Who?
Selnar, please.
Against my armor class?
Yes, that's correct.
Huh.
Which is 10.
Insight?
Yes, insight.
Insight, I rolled a 19, and I have proficiency.
So that anxiety is not your own. You are a very competent adventurer. You could very easily leave. You don't have to stay here, but there is something inside you, that same something that has been pulling you south, that is causing that panic. It feels foreign, and it feels like a bird in your ribs.
I suppose I will take you up on your offer for, what is it now, dinner?
Yeah, this would be a late supper, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I guess we're gonna leave the monastery and head back to my house.
You guys make your way back to the edge of
Okay,
town.
well, on the way back, Sonar looks over to Yorminder and says, how old are you?
Yorminder?
Hang on. Sorry, you kind of cut out there.
Oh, Sonar just asked Yorminder how old they were.
Give me a sec. Hey. How old is a reasonable age for me?
Let me see if I have that.
I
think I have that written down here somewhere.
Don't worry,
Okay,
I just realized I don't have an age written down for my character either.
I have an approximate. I have an approximate. I just don't have a definite. All right. Yormander, you are
Let's go
early
approximate.
early to mid 20s. Selnor, you are probably like 80 or 90.
Wait, is the early 20s factoring in the fact that I'm at least part elf,
Yes.
or are we okay?
I have a very
No, I'm
complicated timeline I'm referencing here.
I'm still a relatively young half elf.
Yeah.
Wait, how long do half elves live in this world?
I don't know. That's not my business. Also known as,
Fair
like,
enough.
it depends a lot. It kind of depends on how much lifespan they inherit from their elf parent. It's not consistent.
So it's like genetic.
Yeah. Your
Like a
line
genetic.
generally tends to live a little longer for half elves.
Okay.
So you look to be like late 20s, early 30s, generously.
Yeah.
But you like, even then, you look good. Like, you don't look old.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So
So,
Selnor asks how old Yormander is.
I'm gonna say 25.
You're gonna say 25? Okay. So he tells you he's
How have-
25.
How have you lived this long on your own? She kind of just looks at him once again, giving him a slight side eye. But she's more like slightly concerned now, more than disdaining at this point.
That's really funny. That's really, really funny.
I mean, any reasonable person would ask that after everything that just happened.
She's so catty. I love her.
I'm gonna say, look, usually I am very got my stuff together. Or usually I am very aware of what's going on. This is abnormal. Okay?
This is new for me.
So whatever that thing was probably was the thing that made you eat it. She says, kind of trying to speculate at this point.
Make an investigation check with advantage.
Oh.
Wait, which one?
Selnor can. You can as well, Yormander. But it's mostly for Selnor.
What is this again? And
Investigation check.
investigation.
Which is, I believe, intelligence?
And you said advantage? Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Think investigation is... Yeah. And advantage, okay, that's...
So, okay, what did you say to Yormander?
She asked if the thing that you guys found in the cave is what made you like this.
I rolled a 17. Or I rolled a 16 plus 1,
16.
17.
Okay.
Plus 1, 17.
You don't need to tell me what you got before your bonuses. You're good to just tell me your full total.
Alright.
So you, with that realization, understand that there was something in that letter in the cave that fundamentally ignited something inside of Dorman. And that's all I think you get on a 17.
Alright. She just kind of sits there and looks at him for a second, or I guess continues walking beside him. And she kind of just... The judgment in her eyes seems to wane, and she seems to settle into more of just a, well, this is just kind of an unfortunate situation. And she just takes a deep breath, sighs, and she says, very well.
All right, so you two make
walking.
Yeah, you two make your way to Yormander's cabin on the edge of the town. And you notice that I will say, I'm gonna roll something real quick. I'm gonna just, you guys want high. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. So,
Mm.
as you guys pass through part
Oh.
of town on your journey, you get a couple of weird looks. Nothing like super outright, but just people holding their gazes longer than they should.
Is this because I'm still bleeding?
Make an insight check.
I guess that makes both of us.
Yeah, you guys are both still bleeding. You guys have done nothing to address your wounds, just to be clear.
Look,
Like you're not
there's
like
a lot happening right
you're
now.
not like dripping, but you do both have open
It's like
wounds on your
starting
hands.
to clot. Now.
Yeah, it's like it's
barely starting to clot
closing,
now.
but it's not shallow. Like it's not
We've been
not
stabbed.
life it's not
Like,
life
it's
threatening,
stopped
but you
actively bleeding. but it's-
have been stabbed. Yes, I would say is a good way to put it.
All right, my total's 9.
So, what did you get for investigation?
Investigation or
I got a-
insight?
Or insight is what I mean.
Oh, insight.
I don't know things.
Yeah. Insight. I got a 9 total.
You got a 9, Yormander?
9 total. Yeah.
I got 13.
You got a 13. You think that someone overheard you guys in the monastery. Rumors spread fast in a small town. But
Eleanor just kind of frowns at that.
you do make your way back to the cabin without incident, despite the stairs. And Yormander, you cook up another hearty meal. You're a very good cook, it turns out.
Wait, before we do that, we need to back up. First,
Ah.
we need to, because we're at my house and I have medical stuff.
Oh yeah, you're gonna
I was going to say
you're gonna
we're
patch
going
your
to
size
immediately
up?
Go address the wounds.
you don't want blood in the soup?
Yeah, no, we're not going to delve into cannibalism yet.
Despite all the weird things I've eaten today, that's not something I'm interested in adding to the list.
Or are you? No, you're not. You're not. Yeah, so you guys patch yourselves up. I will say you guys get a full heal. It doesn't even matter. It's not really like a big thing.
It was barely much. But
Okay.
barely much is quite a lot when you have 12 hit points.
Yeah.
Also, before we start eating, I would like to ask if Selnor has any food preferences or restrictions. Because that is
Aww.
a good thing to know.
Cute. Yormander's a sweetie
no.
pie.
I don't believe I'm particularly
I mean, you did grow up very wealthy, I will say. And you've been eating Yormander's like weird foreign food. So you're not like necessarily picky, but you are a little homesick.
But it's new.
You are a little homesick for Silver Scanian food, I will say. But
Well, I wouldn't suppose you.
You can go ahead.
Well, I wouldn't suppose you would know how to cook anything from the north, but either way, anything you have is all right. I wouldn't ask you to make anything that you can't.
Thanks so
That
much
would
for
be
sticking
rather
through the
rude of
ad
me.
break. It really helps support the stream. Yormander, if you want, you can make a history or survival check to make a Silver Scanian dish if you want.
We're making a history check. I want to know if I can do this.
Yeah, make a history check.
Got an 8.
No, you've never cooked anything from Silver Scane. You have in the past you have like
I'm gonna do my best.
as a really little kid, you ate Silver Scanian food like once. So you could try to cook something that tastes like that? Question mark?
Yeah, no, we're gonna give it best effort.
Yeah, give me a flat D20. Just give me a flat D20 roll.
Okay,
Let's
also,
see how
wait.
it goes.
Wait, can I consult with the person who actually eats it to figure out what?
You know what?
Oh
it's supposed to be
shoot.
in it?
Selnor, you
I
can
need,
give
like-
him the health action.
Oh shoot, I need to make up like on the spot what this kind of food even would be.
You also, I will say, Selnor, you also have never cooked in your life. Like, you
Yeah,
started cooking
no.
for the first times when you left home, and you burned so many pancakes. You are a terrible cook. Like,
Not a great cook over
You
here.
are used to being waited on hand and foot.
I got bad. I got bad news
Spoil
for
little
your
princess.
I got bad news for your silver whatever in food. I rolled
Silver
a nat 1.
Scanian. You rolled a nat 1! Oh no!
So
We are setting the kitchen on fire.
Is that with
no,
advantage?
I don't think he'd be that bad at cooking if he's lived that long on his own.
That is
I don't think
true,
he'd
but
like
we
burn
are
down
going-
the kitchen, but anything that he'd make would probably not be
Okay.
pleasant.
Oh no,
to
it
eat.
is going to taste so bad.
Okay. Was that with advantage? I guess, Selnor, do you give him the help action?
I suppose she tries her
And-
best.
And Jormungandr, do you want to try and roll that again?
You get one more.
I do really want Selnor, I want you to describe, Selnor, how you help, having never been in a kitchen. You don't know the difference between a skillet and a pot. I want you to describe how you help.
Okay, so we're agreeing on this. Are we gonna say the roll first, before, or after?
We can roll
It would
before
probably
and
go better if we went before.
yeah,
to see
roll
exactly
roll
how-
again. Roll
so
again,
I can formulate
Jormungandr.
exactly how well she helped out.
Yeah.
Well,
Although it'd be funny if she helped out
either
terribly.
Yeah, that would be funny.
It's either a 6 or a 9, and I see no obvious difference between the two.
I'll
Should we-
be. Okay, it's a
It's
6?
a 6.
Alright. I was going to be generous and let you call it a 9, but we will call it a 6 for the sake of honesty. We are honest. Honest gamers. So-
Rare Stephen.
How do you help him, Selnor?
She kind of just looks over his shoulder approximately half of the time, just kind of making comments, backseat gamer kind of stuff.
Yeah, like, I don't know if you're supposed to
Occasionally
cut
he's-
that.
I don't think you're supposed to put that much in there. I don't remember there being that much in there. And she has no idea.
She doesn't know what she's talking about.
doesn't-
She is
She has no
fully
idea.
making it up.
She's just kind of making vague suggestions.
I love
She tries to cut some vegetables, and she gets it done without cutting herself.
Make a
That's just
dexterity
not the
check,
best thing
actually.
she does.
Make a dexterity check.
Huh?
Make a dexterity check.
I don't want to cut my fingers off.
Make a dexterity check.
3.
You do, in fact, cut yourself. You don't take any damage.
That's-
Jormungandr,
Wait, what?
Jormungandr pauses
Wait.
to help you, patch your finger up. Because you do, you slice your finger pretty bad. But, in so
What did
pausing,
you roll?
3. But in pausing to patch up your finger, the dish does burn.
Dish burns.
And so you taste it, and it's not nearly as good as Jormungandr's other cooking. It's very, very dry, and somehow also too wet at the same time. And the seasonings are all wrong. There's not a single seasoning that is correct except for onions. We do have fantasy onions, by the way.
Fantasy.
We call them
Fancy
funyuns.
onions.
And
Funyuns.
also it's burnt. So all in all, it's a fine dish. It's not silver Scanian even a little, and also it's burnt. So
So it's like, I could eat this.
you
But-
could eat it. It's very much edible. It's just not good.
Someone just kind of stands there and looks at it for a second. She's like, I'm very sorry. And she just kind of looks at her hand, her mildly cut up hands, and she just mumbles a slight apology.
I like the fact that she's proficient with weapons. She's a trained fighter. She cannot cut an onion. Don't ask this girl to cut an onion.
Don't ask her to cut an onion. She's trying her best.
You could. I feel she could butcher an animal. She could not cut it.
Yeah. At least I hope my stats reflect that. I like that interpretation, but I'm not sure if my stats reflect that.
Wish if we don't roll, it doesn't count. If we don't roll, we don't know for sure. So you guys eat your very sad dinner. And now it's time to figure out what are you guys gonna do for the night. Selnor, you do have your pack. You have a bedroll. Jormungandr, your hut has a bed and an operating You do not have. And the operating table is also your dining room table, by the way. You just scrub it between. So you do not have a spare bed. You don't even own a couch.
No couch.
Also, I just want to say that I'm gonna make this a recurring thing where I'm just gonna eat everything.
Oh boy.
Like if it's technically edible, I'm gonna eat it. Like
All right, but
Go
nothing,
for
but
it.
nothing like this strange leather eating you just did.
no, we're not gonna do
But
that.
like
but like
food
the
stuff.
burnt dish, random
Yeah.
plant I found in the woods.
No
an
food
acorn.
waste.
You're gonna roll so many Constitution saving throws.
I hope you have a good constitution.
It's too
For both of our
Constitution. I'll be
sakes,
fine.
frankly.
You'll be
Yeah,
fine.
because I'm gonna need you to front line for me, dude, because I do not have hit points
All right.
at all.
So, what is your I don't know how to read. What are your sleeping arrangements?
Sonor kind of
Bedroll
offers
wherever it fits.
to take out her bedroll,
Go to bed.
sleep on the floor there.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys settle in for the night, and both of you, it takes you both a while to get to sleep. It's been a stressful day, and Selnor, despite being exhausted, despite having traveled to get here, you don't want to fall asleep. Both of you, your minds are rushing with the things that happened today, with the fact that Jormungandr is apparently very hungry for some reason. And
For books, nonetheless.
for books, yeah. I don't think
and
that's
not in
what
the bookworm kind of way.
Yeah. Yeah, just hungry for
It's
knowledge.
not in that kind of way.
And as you drift off to sleep, both of you, I need you to both make me a wisdom saving throw. And I want to remind you, you may choose to fail a saving throw.
Like for plot
So
reasons.
I just.
Yeah. So as you fall asleep, I need
I
you to
just
make
rolled
that.
a nat 20.
Oh, okay. All right. And what about you, Jormungandr?
15.
Of course, I roll a nat 20 now.
You got a 15. Okay, cool. So you guys sort of drift off to sleep, and Selnor, your dreams are surprisingly peaceful. Since starting your journey, you've been restless, fretful flashes of things you can't possibly have ever seen before in your dreams, but tonight, you sleep soundly. You do not dream at all. And you wake up, all your hit points restored, status effects removed, feeling incredibly rested for the first time in a long time. With that, I am going to take a potty break because I need to piss.
Beep beep. Hello?
Hello.
Didn't know whether you're still there or not.
No, I am currently wiping off my pasta making dish.
Mm.
I return. All right. So, you guys wake up, and I'm going to roll a d20. Do you guys want high or low? Just pick.
I want high.
You want high?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
You got high. All right.
Oh.
And you wake up. It's a nice morning. There's a light drizzle outside, but, overall pretty
Good
tame
day.
weather.
Mhm.
And Jormunder, you wake up, and despite all the weird crap you ate yesterday, you don't feel any stomach pain. You feel great. You feel amazing. And I will say, we're gonna do milestone-based leveling, is what we're gonna say. So I will say, interesting.
Go shoot.
I need to decide how I want to do this. I think,
Yeah.
Jormunder, you are going to level up. So we can
What? Alright.
you are going to proceed to level 3. We can resolve that at a later date, but we just need to write it down that you did. We're just going to write that down so that we know to do that. But just so you know, you will be getting that level at the end of this session. All right. So I'm going to quickly look at my notes. But what do you guys want to do this morning?
Good question. Oh, is it just Jormunder who's leveling up?
Yeah, just Jormunder.
All right. I was gonna say I don't think I have my. Yeah, I'm not sure if I have my handbook, so I might have to like pull up a PDF.
I have
Now that I
a
think
copy
about
I
it.
can lend you.
That's fair, but shoot, I don't know where. It's probably at home, but I don't.
I bought a new one. I bought the new version.
Ooh,
I'm very excited
doesn't
about
that
it.
one have like slightly different rules? And
Yes,
stuff?
it is 5.5 edition.
Are you using that one right now?
No, not for this
Okay.
at least.
All right. Okay, because I don't know what happens when I hit level 3. If I hit level 3. When I hit level 3? When? I hope I hit level 3.
Yeah, you should. It's just
Yeah,
up
I
to
just
you
don't-
guys if you figure out how to level up.
I suppose.
Okay, so what do you guys choose to do? You guys have investigated the lead on the dungeon, but you haven't really done a lot in town.
Hopefully the townsfolk won't think badly of us. But that thought scurries off before she can think about it too much.
Yeah.
Well,
She's
I
gonna-
think given the absolute chaos that happened with making dinner yesterday, I think we should go grocery shopping.
I do suppose.
I'm gonna roll a
There-
d8.
There.
I'm gonna roll a d8 and see if you actually need groceries. You do not. You went grocery shopping 2 days ago.
Okay.
You can choose to go anywhere, but you will not have room if you buy a lot of stuff.
I was gonna say that I feel like we should go into town to interact with someone, because given what all happened yesterday,
Yeah.
and
Sounds like a good idea
But-
to me.
Mm.
Up to you guys what you do, though. If you want, you can
Well,
just run
I
off into the
suppose-
woods. I don't recommend it, but you could.
you don't recommend what?
Running off into the
Running
woods.
off into the woods.
It's an option, but
Selnor would
Mm.
not want to do that. Not even in the light rain.
the light rain
Is there a
is me.
Lem, do you
wishing.
think I would need more, like medical supplies given we kept cutting ourselves yesterday?
You're pretty good on medical
Perhaps.
supplies. It might be nice to get a few new bandages. There are a couple of herbs that, you could always restock. You're pretty good on stock. However, I will say, now, Selnor, now that you've found Jormungandr, you feel that tugging again, pulling you further south. It's up to you if you choose to follow it, but you can feel it again. And it had sort of
Her brow.
quieted. It had sort of quieted down when you found Jormungandr.
Okay, her brow kind of furrows a bit when she feels the tugging. But she kind of ordains at this point that she's pretty well, while she's not physically tired, she is a little mentally tired at the moment, and she supposes that stopping in a settlement for a little while wouldn't hurt.
Understandable.
That the tugging can.
And with that, I think it was a 20 you rolled yesterday. You can notice the tugging is not necessarily from you. It's from something inside. You are welcome to roll an investigation check if you would like to try to figure out a little more, but I will say that the difficulty is now 15.
Okay, well, I'll roll either way. I don't think I'm gonna get it this time. Yeah, nope, that's...
Nope, okay. No, you don't figure out
that's a 12.
anything.
No.
You don't figure out anything new.
Just kind of she kind of stands there contemplating for a second, looking out the window at the drizzling rain in the direction of south, but she doesn't come up with
Do
anything.
half-elves trance? I don't remember.
I don't
I don't think
know.
so. I don't think so.
I
I think you
they
sleep.
trance. I think I sleep too, but yeah. She just kind of stares off into the distance for a little while, just, trying to figure out what that feeling was,
Already
but
chipped my nail
not
polish.
being particularly successful with it.
Okay, entirely unrelated. I just realized that the Smarties I got for Halloween are actually sour Smarties.
Gross.
Oh,
I didn't know this existed.
sour Smarties.
Sounds really bad.
I don't know. We're gonna
Sounds a
try
little
it.
weird.
Well,
Look, I like sour.
I hope you
That's
like
fair.
them. They sound really bad to
I
me.
mind them too much.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I like sour candy.
I
so
don't.
You do like sour candy, don't you?
I like sweets. I want my sweets to be sweet.
That's fair. I usually like my sweets sweet too.
Sweet.
What are you, a bird?
Yes. Next question.
Mayhaps.
I am
Perhaps I have turned into one.
I am a featherful biped.
It only vaguely tastes sour.
How do we feel about this?
Packaging says extreme sour, but it's really just vague sour.
Ah, dang. Disappointing.
They're Smarties. They don't have strong flavor anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Smarties don't really have much of anything going on, do they? I did know a guy who used to, crush them and snort them, which seems like a really good way to get, a yeast infection or something in your sinuses.
Yeah, no, that doesn't... Frankly, that doesn't sound great.
I don't know what the appeal was, but anyway, what do you guys choose to do?
Well, currently she's staring out the window, just looking at the rain.
Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in.
Well, I mean, she's not outside.
You could be.
She could be, but I don't think she would go out in the rain.
She doesn't want to go stand in the rain?
No, she probably wouldn't.
No, she wouldn't. She could.
Yeah. She could, but she...
Hopping has
probably
apparently been vetoed, so why else would we need to go into town?
wouldn't. Yeah.
I
That's what
will
I'm starting to
say,
think, too.
you know, Selnor, in your travels, towns are a great place to get information about things that are going on in the surrounding area. And you like are feeling the pull to travel some more, and you know, like you can connect the vision you had in the library to this pull.
I don't suppose we could go to town for a little while, even though it's
Guys,
not such a
what?
nice day out.
You guys just like totally cut out there for me real quick. Could you repeat what you said?
Yeah. A town is a great place to get information, and Selnor is starting to feel the pull to find what she now knows is the weapon. Like she can see it in her mind's eye.
I don't suppose you wouldn't
Okay.
mind if I went into town for a bit today?
No problem. I might go. Are you fine if I go with you?
I don't believe I'd have any problem with that.
And you two set off
All right,
into
group
town.
adventure.
I am gonna roll on the dice to see how the townsfolk react to you. You guys want
Sonar.
above a 5. You got a 19. You're good. You're good. So, despite some continued weird stares from last night, people are mostly normal in interacting with you. Selnor, you get, some of the gawking that you always get because you're a traveler. And you didn't really stop into town yesterday. You kind of made a beeline straight for Jormunder's house. But
Yeah.
as you guys sort of make your way around town, you guys definitely notice that the atmosphere is a little. It's also not a super busy day in the market. I don't think you guys hear anything like super interesting unless you guys want to like try to roll for that. But you guys have your cloaks bundled up so that you don't get wet. And you guys can make your way into a number of places around the town. Krosovik has a couple of taverns that you could visit. Taverns almost always have information and people, especially on a cold day like this. People will be stopping in for something hot to eat and drink. You could also look for traveling supplies because Jormunder, you have like nothing for traveling. So while you do have like groceries, you have medical supplies, you do not have anything for traveling. So if you guys want to set out to follow the pull that Selnar's been following this whole time, you would probably need to pick some stuff. But you guys have the whole town to play in.
I'm gonna pick up, as we're going around, I'm gonna pick up like some traveling supplies, and I'm gonna stock up on more bandages because someone clearly is very accident prone.
Not my fault I keep rolling so low. The fates are against me.
Yeah, the dice have a sense of
You're
humor.
fine. I rolled a nat 1 for cooking, so don't worry.
Yeah. You made white people food. Alright.
Look, I tried.
Nah, it's
Not hard enough, clearly. But
Or just deigns to follow Jormunder for the moment. She doesn't know the town particularly well. So.
you're very
Or better
quiet,
follow your
Selnor.
Hmm?
You got a little quiet.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I gotta make sure that my mouth is like right next to the. Yeah.
So, what do you guys do in town?
Wait, what did you just say?
What do you guys do in town?
I don't suppose you have a. Sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, you go.
I don't suppose you have any place you wish to go to at the moment?
Are you guys gonna go stock up on bandages?
Yeah, she just was asking about like where Jormunder wanted to go, if they had anything they needed in town or anything.
Yeah. So Jormunder. Oh, you go.
I was gonna say, you might want to just stop by one of the taverns if anyone knows anything about stuff.
About stuff, just vaguely. I will say Jormunder.
I forgot what information Jormunder knows.
Yeah, Jormunder does not know what Selnar's thinking. or that she's
Yeah,
looking for
but-
anything at all.
Just that she's a traveler.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm totally clueless.
Yeah.
I will say
So-
also, you normally would buy your medical linens from the Order of Lore because they do have weaving, but I will say you get the sense that it's not a super good idea to go back there.
Yeah.
Wait,
Um,
what did you just say?
You normally buy your medical linens from the Order of Lore, but you get the sense that it's not a super good idea to go back there right
Yeah, no,
now.
not.
There are some like import shops in town that do sell cloth that would be fine for you to use, though. So you can go to any of those.
We'll get it from somewhere else. We're not about it. We're not about it.
You don't want to go back?
I don't want to get him off. Okay? I'd probably knock them off their feet, and I'd feel bad about it.
All right.
Just so you know, your audio is like
Yeah, you're really quiet.
cutting in and out a lot.
Oh.
Yes, just
Is
like
that-
make sure
is that-
you're leaned into wherever your mic you're using.
Okay. Yeah, no, I lean. My chair rocks.
Ah, you
I have a
rocked
rocking
away.
Chair for my desk.
You went
I
a little
rocked
too far.
My desk chair rocks backwards.
That sounds
This
kind
is
of fun.
so weird.
All right. So I will say you go to like the sort of part of the town where the tradesman's guild is, where they get new imports, and you can pick up some linens. You shop around a little to get a good deal. You find a good pack of them for, I'll say, like 5 coppers. I will give you quickly a D&D currency conversion chart.
Yeah, wait. Am I supposed to be keeping track of how much money I have?
Yes. You guys haven't spent any
Okay.
money yet, though. So what's on your character
Okay.
sheet should be
I think-
accurate.
I think they said we split like the 23 gold pieces that we found.
Yes, you split them.
So I guess I'd get like 11 and you'd get 12, I think.
Also, 5 copper. There are 100 copper in a gold piece.
You're 100 copper and what?
A gold piece. So you have essentially however many gold pieces minus 1, and then 9 silver pieces and 5 coppers. Also, by the way, the merchant looks at you like you're kind of douchey for paying with a gold coin, with a gold piece. Just to be clear.
Hey, look, okay. Given that I live in this town and I clearly, evidently, regularly buy food, and groceries and supplies, I feel like I would have. I feel like I feel like
Okay,
I
do you
would
pay
have
do you pay in coppers then?
gold. Yes. I feel like
Okay. All right. You pay in coppers. You
I
pay in
am
coppers.
paying in smaller coins.
Okay. you can pay in
Now,
coppers.
Selnor probably
Oh,
has.
Selnar only
Yeah.
Selnar only
I
has
got gold coins.
you only have gold pieces, and electrum pieces are, I will say, the pieces that you have on you.
Because Selnor is the rich
Electrum
princess.
is between silver and gold, right?
Yes, yes. It's
I do not
it's
know how to cut.
it's 50 coppers is an electrum.
How many electrums in it?
Because I'm supposed to have like 5.
Electrum is, I will say, is generally a dwarven currency, but you did pass through some dwarven lands on the way here, so you probably would have, if you did business there, you would have Electrum.
Alright, an electrum is half a gold piece.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh, shoot. Yeah, because I have. Technically, I had 5 to begin with.
Yeah, so you have 16 now. And you can break that up into Electrum and gold pieces however you'd like.
Okay.
You've never even seen a copper piece before. I will tell you now. You've never seen one before.
She inquisitively looks over Well, not looks over Yarmander's shoulder because
Right.
she's too short. to
It
do
looks
that.
around
Like-
Yarmander.
She kind of like looks out. She kind of like sneaks up next to him and kind of just like leans forward to look at the copper pieces and whatnot.
And the shopkeep kind of.
I did not.
I will say.
Wait, did Selnor say something?
No, she just kind of like
She's
eyeballed
looking at the money you're handing over. And the shopkeeper looks at you and says, "Oh, a rich little rich girl, aren't you? Yes. And he's just like being really weird about it. I don't know.
Just kind of looks up and gives him a look.
So Selnor got pegged right away as
Yeah,
rich kid.
he rolled pretty well.
Her gaze like slowly looks up at him, and her brow is like furrowed, and she's just giving him a look. There's no particular emotion you can really get out of it.
I meant no offense
something
by it,
negative.
milady. Simply just, I've never seen someone look at a copper that way. Here, on the house, and he hands you a copper piece.
And she just kind of like has it in the palm of her hands, and she kind of looks at it, and she says, "Thank you."
And he just
I
he
don't know whether I should be thankful for this or whether I should like feel insulted.
he fully chortles like, ah, it is my pleasure. And so
Sorry,
you
I'm
guys,
calculating out electrum pieces right now.
you're good. You guys sort of wander through the market. There's not a lot of like super exotic goods or like anything really exciting. There are you can buy fresh vegetables, bread, weapons. I will say there is like one or two shops because you guys are near the import market right now, where you could get Vinsilvian meat or felt, but it's really expensive. It's a bad deal. Like, you both can tell.
Sylvian?
Orcish.
Ah. I guess they like.
Orc.
I guess they
The
kinda,
orc
like,
lands,
have
I will
their-
say, are sort of to the southwest, and they're not super near. So that's kind of the reason it's expensive. Is there's one
Like
person
the
selling it, and they have
Defensive territories. Sort of?
yes. The Vinsilvians are pretty like well circulated, like their merchandise usually is. Like even Yormander, you have some Vinsilvian sausage. It's just like it's expensive in a small town like this. Honestly, it's more of like a middling sized town than a small town. It's not a big town. It's just like there is quite a bit.
Kind of middle of the row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of wander the market. You see some imported goods. Is there any Silverstonian goods? Yes, there is. There is a place selling, if you so choose, Silverstonian spices and dried heatherfoot, which is a small beast, kind of like a rabbit that's native to Silverskane. That is hunted by both elves and dwarves.
Okay. I suppose Sonor kind of walks over there to just kind of, because she feels like it smells a little similar, you know.
Yeah, I will
So
say
she kind of finds her way over there and like sort of just
the
peruses the aisle.
shopkeep looks at you with surprise. The shop is sort of laden with a variety of cheap southern Silverskanian goods. So there are like, like little knickknacks, trinkets with stuff very badly spelled in Silverskanian. Like one thing says, "I eat your heart and then like a love heart drawn, and you can tell it's clearly supposed to be something romantic. It's not. Um, it's not.
Well, I mean, unless you find cannibalism romantic, no.
It's there are some spices and dried meats, and there are quite a few dried herbs that are indigenous to the region of Silver Sea.
She just kind of looks around. She's not really sure what you would use in certain dishes because
Yeah, she doesn't
don't know how
know.
to cook. But she
So-
just kind of just walks around, kind of like perusing.
The
do you
shopkeep
mean?
regards you with surprise. This is probably the first time someone who looks as Silver Scanian as you has come into the shop before. And they're like, "Oh, hello, welcome in. I see an expert is perusing my wares. How do you like my selection?"
Well, I do suppose that I wouldn't be able to answer that particularly well, but it does smell like home.
They put a hand to their chest and they're like, "Ah, I'm flattered. Thank you so much." Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I just redeemed the hydrate. I guess we all have to drink.
Water.
All right, we can finish up the session then, because I don't want you to have to reply over chat.
Get it wrapped up soon.
But the shopkeep is clearly flattered, and you guys sort of browse around the market for today. Until I will say, I will say that you both notice that more and more people are coming, gather around and stare at you. And as you guys finally pass by one of the taverns, a drunken person leaps out of the tavern. Their face is heavily bearded, and they are like unsteady on their feet, and they point at you and they shout, "Oi! The frick you doing in our town?" And with that, you're gonna leave the session there.
Suddenly getting accosted by
Yeah, by a person who's absolutely
a
wasted.
drunken dude, yeah.
Fully wasted. But we're gonna leave it there for now because I have a headache, and Echo
Yeah.
it has a sleepy roommate. So I
Boy. I hope we don't start a bar fight.
yeah. Well, you guys are technically outside of a bar right now, so I don't know
No,
if it
I don't
would be
want
a
to
bar
start a
fight.
street fight because
Yeah.
I think I'd get my butt mollywopped with how low
I've
been
not
rolling
heard the
recently.
term mollywop before. I really like that. So I want to thank everyone so much for watching. Today's stream has been brought to you by the fact that the dice definitely have a sense of humor. You want to do a bar fight? Your murderer
If-
wants to do violence.
Well, hopefully I'll figure out my spell list by then.
Yeah. Just DM me. And I didn't prepare super well for this session, so hopefully I will have a little bit more substantial material prepared for you guys. Oh, I see.
Yorbinder doesn't what?
Echo does. They want to start a bar fight, even though Yorminder would not want to start a bar fight.
Okay, okay, good, because I'm not entirely sure how well I'm gonna do in combat considering how terrible